More music, more of the time.
Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, we're back again.
And we ain't stopping.
You guys have the best music.
Turn it up!
The best music.
Four, three, two, one, zero.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and tonight Davey Cretin is back. This is part of our Styx series, and tonight we are looking at Cyclorama from 2003 and Big Bang Theory from 2005. The chat is open. We want to hear from you. Let's do this.
Grant's Rock Warehouse. Now with the look and feel of hand-tooled leather.
And it's good that we have hand-tooled leather, Cretin, because we don't want to suffer over here in the warehouse.
Exactly.
How are you, Davey? How are you? Nice to see you.
Excellent. Thank you for having me back.
100%. And we will be... And look at him. God's showing off. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are getting into that area where, well, it's kind of like the Slade show we just did. We're looking at a couple albums. Cyclorama, which I will say this, is one of those CDs. I'm just using CDs because this only came out on CD back in the day. That if you didn't buy it new and you looked for it used, good luck, because you can never find it. And I think at least on like the internet and all that, I think it was kind of one of those high price CDs. Anyway, so we're looking at Cyclorama from 2003, and we're looking at Big Bang Theory from 2005. Now, if you're not familiar with Big Bang Theory, that was their covers album. Now, I'm not going to say anything more about it. We're going to get into it. Cretin's here. I bet Cretin's ready to go right now. Cretin, you ready? Look at it. See, you know how he is. He is always ready.
I've got notes, and I mean that, cat. Chickum, oh yeah.
It's cool. Anyway, Big Bang is much better. It's fine. But I'll give you my thoughts when we get there. So Steven's here, Zap is here, Damien's here, Tim's back again after the Slade show. 1970s. Oh, I don't feel tardy. You are this, ladies and gentlemen, my theory is this is really Tommy Shaw, though. We'll never really know. But I do believe this is Tommy Shaw. But I'm not sure.
He's hot for teacher, I know that.
I is 100%. So anyway, Cretin. Nice to see you. Let's get started. We'll get this together. Cyclorama, do you want to talk about that a bit, or do you want me to talk about it, or what do you want to do?
I have a bunch of notes.
Go, Cretin, run to it.
Ready to roll here. We are talking about Cyclorama, the 14th studio album by Styx, released on Sanctuary, CMC International. That's why it was so hard to find. The label went out of business. This was recorded in 9 studios. Wow. 4 in California, 2 in Illinois, 2 in New Jersey, and 1 in Colorado. Produced by Tommy, JY, and Gary, who's worked with them on and off for years. Recorded in 2002. Came out February 18th of 2003. It is 58 minutes long. We are in the CD age.
Yeah.
And it's a little too long, and the same thing with the follow-up album, but more on that after. And at the time this came out, the only Styx album with 4 lead singers on it, because you have Tommy Shaw, JY, Lawrence Gowan making his debut.
You said 4.
And wait, Glenn Burtnick.
All right, there you go. You're leaving me hanging.
4 guys here. 4 singers, 4 songwriters. So this record's a little different. It hit number 127 in the U.S., which is not good, but it didn't have a big label push behind it. You got a bunch of guests. You've got 9 engineers on this album. Only 2 singles. Waiting for Our Time charted at number 37 on the rock chart. Yes, I Can, the second single, no chart action. 14 songs, 15 with the hidden bonus track. Too long. Not good. They should have cut out a few songs, or they could have extended a few songs and split it into 2 records. That would have been a better idea.
Yeah, maybe. But I think maybe it would have been better if they would have just edited the record down, maybe. But we've talked about this a lot in the Warehouse, how in that CD era, Davey, that they just thought they'd just jam pack all these tracks on. Now,
every band did it, basically.
Every band did it. And, I think a lot of these records or CDs, whatever you want to, it doesn't matter. Let's just
look at all those, even the grunge albums. The grunge albums are 50 minutes plus.
Yeah.
An hour plus on certain ones.
Just because you got the disc space to put it on there doesn't mean you should do it.
Exactly.
Well, look, Davey's 9 engineers more than the space shuttle. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned the 9 engineers, but wonder why that was.
Because they recorded in so many different studios.
Mm-hmm.
9 engineers, 9 studios.
Yeah, that's normally a red flag, I think. But
yeah,
when you listen to it, it does sound like a cohesive record. I will say that.
It does.
It doesn't sound like it was recorded in all these different studios. I'll give you that. Anyway, Davey, go on. Sorry.
And as Tommy and JY love to say, they are road dogs. They just love to tour and play live shows. So maybe that's another reason it was recorded all over.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the band are all located in different parts of America. And Gowan's probably in Canada and comes down to play with them, sing with them.
Well, you know what? It's an interesting, I don't want to interrupt, but we're just talking music. But think about this. We're talking early 2000. Well, we're not that early. Well, yeah, we're talking 2003. I don't think it was a normal thing where everybody, like, if you look at the Styx albums now, those are all piecemeal together. They have a track, everybody's recording their part, and they send them in. I'm not sure. This wasn't the case, though, because they're using all these different studios. So they must have been together unless different band members went to a different studio to record.
That's what I think happened.
I mean, I don't know. If someone in the chat knows, I mean, I'm just guessing, but maybe that's what they did. I don't know.
And bonus points to Mr. 1977. That's what I was about to say. There were versions of this as a dual disc where the reverse side has the 5.1 DVD audio mix and some music videos too. That was like the last thing on my notes besides all the guests on the album, but I'll probably mention them as we go along. You ready to get into the tracks, Grant?
Go ahead. Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. Track number 1, a 5-minute song written by the band. All 5 members are credited. And I should add that Chuck Panazzo, sorry, to pronounce it correctly, it is Panazzo because I was watching.
Last time I checked, it was.
I think I've been saying Panazzo, but it's Panazzo. I saw a live clip, and that's how Dennis introduced him. He introduced John Panazzo, actually. It was an older clip, but. So this is written by the 5 members of the band. Chuck plays on one song. I'll get to that in a few minutes. The opener is called Do Things My Way, written by the band. Tommy Shaw has the lead vocal. It's an okay song, an okay opener, but it sounds more like a Tommy Shaw solo song to me. And I only hear Tommy Roland Shaw, I love to call him Roland, singing with himself on this song. He's singing with the army of Tommies, as I call it. We don't have that classic 3-part vocal harmony. And if you got 4 lead singers, why don't you have it? Because maybe Tommy did the bulk of this song by himself in California.
By himself in that studio. Yeah.
Now, the thing about this song and this album and the follow-up album that I like about both records, they have hard rock guitars on them. And I think that's a little absent from the 3 new albums, but we'll get to that on future shows. but you have a beefy guitar sound on this album. You got JY and Tommy. You got a good guitar solo on the song. You got powerful drumming from Todd. He makes an appearance here, and you hear him on almost every song. And he is an intricate, great drummer.
Oh.
And people do talk about him. He writes songs. He sings too. So he is a talented dude. And he added a lot of firepower to this band, I would say.
Yeah.
You got synth bass from Todd at the end of this song, which is a little unusual. So it's not one of my favorite songs on the album, Do Things My Way. What do you think of it?
It's okay. I'm going to echo what you say. I don't think it's not it's not a standout record, standout track for me. When I listed here, I just kind of went through and listed like 4 or 5 tracks that I particularly think are good. You know, you don't have to go through the whole, it's up to you if you want to go through the whole thing, but
yeah, definitely on this album, but on the Covers album, we can go a little quicker.
Yeah.
The second song was the first single, Waiting for Our Time, little over 4 minutes. Tommy Shaw singing the lead. So the first 2 songs, vocals by Tommy.
Well, Waiting for Our Time, that was the lead single, very melodic.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell, Cretin, that this was aimed for radio airplay.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get a hit. Now, is that good or bad?
Well, I'll
let everyone else decide.
I like this song.
Okay. It did not hit the Billboard 100. It did not chart.
But it did chart number 37 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart, one of my favorite charts, as I love to say.
Of course.
Only 1 week, but it did hit number 37. It starts off with some nice acoustic guitar work from Tommy. And, of course, he's on lead vocals. There's this excellent lift right into the chorus, and I love the chorus. It's so darn catchy. I sing along every time. And that's why I think this was the first single, because it's just so darn catchy with that chorus. It still sounds like Tommy, though, is singing with a bunch of Tommies. I don't hear JY's voice. I don't hear Gowan. Maybe Burtnick's back there. I'm not sure.
Well, you know, just to make a comment, I don't mean to interrupt, but we're just talking.
That's okay.
You know, you hardly ever hear anything of JY after 2003 anyway. You'll hear him doing one song.
Well,
maybe he's playing guitar. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you don't have that vocal blend, Tommy, I'm just going to throw Dennis in there. Dennis, Tommy, and JY for, background vocals.
Yep.
And someone's missing from that mix. Though I think Lawrence, hey, he fits right in. Obviously, just listen to the latest Styx album that just came out. If it's even out. I'm not sure if it's really out yet.
Comes out officially on Friday.
All right. Well, of course, I've had it a month. Lawrence is just a powerhouse. Everything sounds great. But there's really no JY on here other than on the latest record, other than when he does his lead vocal. It's Lawrence, Tommy, and who's the producer guy that's now in the band? Help me.
Will Evankovich.
Will.
Or Evankovich.
It's those 3 doing the vocals. There is no James Young. And you know what? No offense. I'm not trying to be critical, but James Young always had a lot to do with the background vocals. And to have him not do it, it still is a little bit of a struggle for me to get over that.
Well, we're going to talk about that. We have an episode coming up on the new
I know,
album alone.
but still, there's not all that much JY here. And maybe it's because of what you said, what Greg says, JY checked out by now. Maybe he did. I don't know.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Just to finish up on this song, I think Todd on drums, he's on point with percussion at the beginning of the song and on drums during the chorus breakdown after the 3-minute mark. To me, this is one of the highlights on the album. I like this song a lot. What are your feelings on it?
Crap, I was typing it. What did you do? Which track?
Track 2, Waiting for Our Time.
I'm typing and I'm looking at the chat. I'm distracted, Davey. I'm distracted.
That's okay.
What track? Sorry.
Track 2, Waiting for Our Time. The single.
I just mentioned it. The lead single, it's melodic. It's okay. It was aimed for radio airplay. It's fine. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not really into these overly commercial tracks.
Moving on to track number 3. Track number 3 is Fields of the Brave, and Lawrence Gowan sings his first lead vocal on a Styx record. It's a mid-tempo piano ballad that kind of rocks. Each member shines here. Gowan's first lead vocal, his electric piano and keyboards, Glenn on bass guitar. He played guitars on Edge of the Century when he was in the band. His second time around, he's now on bass. Todd's drumming and percussion is really good on this song. Tommy Shaw on acoustic guitar and electric, and JY's power chords here. At the 2 minute to 2 minute and 20-second mark, there's a nice mellow middle 8 with Gowan harmonizing with some nice oohs and ahs. And his keyboards and Todd's military marching drumming here is really good. And then at 2:20, Tommy comes in, and he and Gowan harmonize on a verse here before it goes into the final chorus. When I saw them on this tour, they actually played Nassau Coliseum. I can't remember. I meant to look it up if it was with REO Speedwagon or Journey. And the vocal mics crapped out during that part of the song. So Gowan and Tommy are singing together, which is one of my highlights. I love that part of the album. And live, it dropped out, and I was very upset about that. Where was I here?
Well, how was that show attended, Davey? Was it?
It was. I mean, the stage was moved up a little, so because they didn't sell out every seat, and there were no seats behind the stage, from what I remember. I think this is a really underrated song in the Styx catalog, and I enjoyed this song, Fields of the Brave. Your thoughts?
I think. I didn't even make any notes on it. I haven't had a problem with this track at all, Davey, at all. I think it's fine. I don't know. I didn't really write anything about it because it's not like one of the tracks that really stand out for me.
Okay.
I'm just I just make notes on shit that, you know.
The next song is written by the band, track 4. It's 48 seconds long. What? It's called Bourgeois Pig.
Yeah.
And Billy Bob Thornton sings. He doesn't even sing. He speaks the lead vocal.
I thought he came up with the title of that or something.
It's written by the band. He doesn't get a songwriting credit on it. And to quote Jerry Seinfeld, why is this on the album? Who are these people?
What do you look at that as filler? Do you look at that as filler?
It's filler. The only thing, I think the only reason it's on is because Tommy was married to a soap opera star in the early 80s. And he lives in California. I think he has a lot of Hollywood friends. And he just wanted to rope some of his friends and pals onto the album. So he got Billy Bob to come in and do this spoken word thing. And then Tommy sings it. And Chuck is playing bass on this song. But if it's 48 seconds, Chuck is barely on the album. This is filler. Just a waste.
It's a waste for Chuck to play bass on it. It's a waste for Chuck to play bass on it.
Maybe health-wise, he could only do it at that point. He could only play a little. I don't know. But to me, total filler on this track, on this 48-second track.
Davey's Jerry Seinfeld. He is? Are you?
I was just.
Well, you know how this works, ladies and gentlemen. All I have to do is wind Davey up and just let him go. Then he just comes on and asks me a question, and then I'm going, well, what? You just let him go. He just goes. Oh, I'm just a host here. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Track 5
is solely, and this is unusual for this record, written by Glenn Burtnick. He has lead vocals on this song. And I'm guessing Tommy's pals, Tenacious D, Kyle Gass, and Jack Black sing backing vocals on this song. So you got the D with Glenn Burtnick and Tommy on the choruses. It's called Kiss Your Ass Goodbye. It's a little over 3 minutes. It doesn't sound like a Styx song, but it's an upbeat rocker. And when they played it at the show, it was a highlight, and it's a bouncy, upbeat rock song. Todd's drum work on this song is the driving force here. Gowan has some cool keyboard flourishes throughout the song with both organ and harpsichord sounds on his keyboards. And like I said, Tenacious D. Oh, Chuck Panazzo is on backing vocals here. Not that you hear him. You've never really heard him in the mix. Tommy and Glenn also on backing vocals. And it's a better song than the title suggests. The lyrics might be a little silly and juvenile, but at least it's an upbeat rock song. And it's snappy and peppy.
It is snappy and peppy. It's more aggressive. It's a little bit more tongue-in-cheek in the attitude.
Yes.
It's fine. Burtnick's vocals. I mean, it does add variety to the record.
Like a Kiss record or a Fleetwood Mac record.
100%. So I don't have a problem with that. Bourgeois Pig, though. I mean, yeah, if you don't take it seriously, but I don't know. It's
why
just,
is it there?
Why is it there? I'm with you, Davey. Yeah. Go ahead.
The next song, track 6, These Are the Times. The longest song on the record, 6 minutes, 45 seconds, written by the band. And finally, you get JY on lead vocals, track 6, 6 tracks in. If you cut out Bourgeois Pig, then it's track 5, and you get him a little sooner on the record, slightly sooner.
Wait a minute. Sorry, LaDonna, what do you mean Chuck sings lead on a cool version of Plexiglass Toilet? He didn't sing lead on the, what was it, on Man of Miracles? Who sang lead? Serpent? But Chuck sings the lead vocal of it? When was this from? Because I've never seen that.
I thought Tommy sings lead on it. I think it was Tommy and Chuck doing it. Sydney was at that show. Is Sydney in the chat?
Damn it, LaDonna, I can't look it up now. I'm running a show. You look it up. Put it in the link. Come on, help a brother out.
Sydney.
I'm not looking it up.
Sydney, are you out there? Sydney,
help us out. Where is Sydney?
They played it live.
Sydney seems to know. Sydney's here.
Ah, there he is.
Okay, here we go. Mike, when I saw Styx, they brought out Chuck during the encore, and Chuck sang lead on Plexiglass.
See, that's
okay. You act like Cretin and I are like a Chuck Panazzo fan group or something. We're just trying to get along here tonight. But yeah, there's
so much about this band. I can't know every tiny little piece of
100%. Everybody take a deep breath.
I try my best. I use more than one source on the internet. I just don't use Wikipedia. I use my history with the band and other sites too, looking this stuff up.
Wait a minute, Cretin. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but when you get praise like this, I have to stop you. Cretin is a god.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mike.
My goodness.
Mikey, baby, who loves you, you nutty cat.
There you go. All right, keep going.
These Are the Times has the lead vocal and lead guitar by JY halfway through the song. Then there's a bridge section that goes on a bit too long, but each member of the band gets a turn in the spotlight here. JY on lead guitar, lead vocals. Tommy on harmony vocals and acoustic guitar. Todd's pummeling drumming. Glenn's bass work. And Gowan's organ and synth sounds. And I finally hear JY on the chorus of a song on this album, on this very song.
No, that can't be possible.
Goes on a little too long, I think, but it has some rocking parts, so I wish they would have maybe edited a minute of it or so, made it a little shorter, but it's a good song. Your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are exactly as what you say. I could have used a little bit edited. It could be edited.
Nice.
Tommy Shaw joining us in the chat. Chuck played his ass off on Styx 2 CD credits. If anyone, okay.
We mentioned
that. Go back and put headphones on. Do me a favor. Go back to those Wooden Nickel albums and listen to Chuck's playing on those records. I'm talking Chris Squire type playing on here. We're talking he's at that ability, and people were giving him shit. If anybody gives him crap about his ability, go listen to those Wood Nickel records because he is like a machine. And then when he got 100%, when he got to A&M, it's like, all right, Chuck, all right, you're a little bit busy for us. Can you just tone it in a little bit? And he honed it in a lot.
Well,
he didn't play on any of those A&M albums like he played on the Wood Nickel stuff.
Equinox, you hear him.
Yeah, but
Especially at the
not
beginning
like,
of
not
Born
like,
for Adventure.
but not like you did. It depends upon what you want. You know, if you want something, you want a bass. Obviously, he was a Chris Squire fan, for God's sakes, but a busier bass line. Really, you could put Chuck Panazzo up there with Geddy Lee. You could put him up there with
Maybe not that high.
Greg.
He's really good.
He's really good. Go check it out. Wait a minute.
But he plays more for the song, which is good. He's not a show off kind of guy.
Here we go. Joe's
in the
saying,
background, just like he's playing. When he played live, he sort of stood to the back of the stage with his brother.
yeah, that's what they do. My co-host and I can't stop talking about how amazing Panazzo brothers sound on the Wooden Nickel albums compared to how they sound later on the A&M stuff. Joseph, you are 100% right.
Hey, Joseph, thanks for coming on.
Because, well, Chuck and John, well, for one, you can hear the brilliance of John Panazzo on those later records. As a drummer, he was just absolutely they were a phenomenal, as a rhythm section, phenomenal. Here we go.
They had a psychic link. They were twins.
Chuck's timing is, I know we're on a tangent, but damn it, we need to spread the love of Chuck Panazzo. And if Cretin knows anything how these damn shows go, well, then he's all good about it. Chuck's timing is impeccable, simple, but precise on the A&M albums, 100%. Ladano, Chuck is one of my personal favorite bassists.
Nice.
Here we go. Ooh. Young Sydney, Man of Miracles and Equinox are my favorite Styx albums. Awesome. All right.
Sydney likes the old school stuff.
The Wood Nickel stuff has I can't pronounce that.
Cojones.
I can't. Come on. You think balls. I'm just a monkey? I can't do that.
It's got friggin' balls, bro.
And coming in, Sydney, Davey Cretin is my favorite member of the Ramones. God, you gotta love that.
Thank you.
So I don't know where we left this again, but let's see if Cretin can bring us back in. Go ahead, Cretin.
Track number 7 called Yes I Can. This was written by Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades. So it's either a Damn Yankees song or a Shaw Blades song that they never used. The band gets co-writing credits on the song. It's a little under 4 minutes long. You get a nice dual vocal between Tommy and Glenn on this song. That's probably the big thing, is that they sing most of it as a duet. And Todd adds some really unique percussion playing to support the song, as does Lawrence Gowan on the organ, the actual keyboard, not his organ.
What are you trying to say?
Listen to it for the vocals, because they have a nice vocal blend, Glenn and Tommy together. It's a good song. I don't think it's a great song. Maybe it's better suited for a Tommy Shaw solo album to me, just like the opening song. So to me, this is one of the weaker tracks on the album. What are your thoughts on it, sir? My thoughts, it's all good. I keep thinking that possibly. Now, I do know that some of those Shaw Blades albums, it's either a Shaw Blade track or it's a Damn Yankees track, and I've not heard the unreleased third Damn Yankees album. No one has, except the members of the band. They didn't. Yeah, but some of the tracks have seeped out, like Ted Nugent. Those have come out. Yeah, Jack Blades. Jack Blades did some, and Tommy used some on his solo records. So, but when I hear this, it's to me, and I love those Shaw Blades, the Shaw Blade album and the covers album. Now that's a good covers album, the Shaw Blades album. It sounds like it probably was a Shaw Blades track. I love it. I love those records. So now, I have no problem with that at all. Something I haven't mentioned is when I was working in the record store, we used to get solicitations for the upcoming releases. And as a Japanese import from our importer, on the sheets was the Third Damn Yankees album. It had some song titles. I don't remember what they were. I don't even remember the title of the album. I think it was one word. And we were solicited for it, and I put down that we wanted half a dozen or whatever it was, and then it got canceled.
Mhm.
My contact at the distributor said, oh, they've canceled that record. I said, canceled the record? And it never came out, so not many people have heard it, and most of those Damn Yankees songs have made their way onto other albums and projects, like you said.
There you go. Joseph, I like you quite a bit. The Shaw Blades covers album is one of my all-time favorite covers albums. Excellent. If you have not heard that record and you do enjoy the Shaw Blades one and only, well, that's really the only album that they put out that they wrote the material on, check it out because you will like the covers record. Cretin's goatee is a hit. Well, of course, he's a fashion diva.
I have to shave. It's too hot to have this beard in New York with this heat wave and this humidity. Moving on to track number 8,
Go ahead.
More Love for the Money, written by the band, about 350. Lawrence Gowan on the lead vocal. It's funny, this song, the beginning, reminds me of a song on the following album, on the covers album. You get the rhythm section shining on this song, like in the Wooden Nickel era I have in my notes, as does Lawrence Gowan on vocals, organ, and piano here. But Shaw has a sterling turn on harmony vocals and some great guitar playing, as Logan would say. Or is that JY playing the lead on this song? I like this song.
I'd have to listen to it again.
More Love for the Money.
I mean, usually
Opinions?
you can listen. Usually you can listen to these tracks and tell who's playing, but sometimes you can't. And on this stuff, it's hard to tell. You know, I'm gonna assume it's probably more Tommy, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it. I never made any notes. I think it's good. I mean, it's fine. I didn't make any notes on it. It's not
Okay.
one of my favorite tracks, but it's all right. This album's okay. We haven't got to that point. This isn't one of my go-to records, so
Track number 9, a song called Together, 4 minutes, 45 seconds, written by the band again. Tommy lead vocal here, and Tommy has some nice wah-wah guitar, and Glenn Burtnick plays 12-string guitar on this song. But for a song called Together, to me, it sounds like a bunch of Tommies, once again, singing harmony with himself.
yeah.
Glenn might be in there with him, but
Mm,
Gowan has some simmering organ and keys work on this song. Decent song, but not a standout to me. And a song called Together, you should be able to hear all 4 singers on it. So to me, it's
well,
not Together.
baby, come on.
And maybe
This record is hardly a group effort. When I listen to this, it doesn't sound like a group effort. You listen to The Mission, you listen to Crown, you listen to the latest record, other than for JY seems to be going further and further on the back burner. They still seem like more of a group record. This is like the White Album to me. It just seems like everybody's phoning in.
Interesting.
That's the
I
way I
like
look
that
at it.
slant. That's a cool slant.
100%. I'm
And
professional, Cretin. Come on.
I have my theories about JY, but I'll talk about that in the upcoming
right.
shows when we get to it.
Okay.
Track 10, you get a 38-second song. And it's Fooling Yourself, and in parentheses, palm of your hand.
Feller.
38 seconds long. Tommy's on the lead vocal here, and all the backing vocals are by the late, great Brian Wilson. And I did a tribute to him on my channel, Cretin Classics. I did do a tribute to Brian Wilson. At 38 seconds long, why do this? Just to say you have Brian Wilson on your album? To me, this is more silly filler. Either do the whole version, another version of the song, or just chop this right off.
And we're not getting any vocals from the good Brian Wilson from 1966. All I'm saying is this isn't the Brian Wilson you want.
Right.
You want Brian Wilson in 1966 when he could sing his ass off. But
This is
whatever.
almost 40 years later.
Yeah, I just think this is what this record's about. I can sum this up quickly. Let's get as many people on here to make an appearance. It's kind of like that freaking Santana album that we couldn't get enough of that had all the guests.
Supernatural, yeah.
This is
came
their
out
version
right
of
after
Supernatural. That's all.
That was 2002, so this is 2003. Interesting.
They should have done
2000.
Kokomo,
Yeah,
100%.
Okay,
Greg, wait a minute. Greg said Brian Wilson probably thought that Dennis DeYoung was still in the band. Craig, you're bad. Come on.
Track number 11 is called Captain America, a little
God,
under
it keeps
4
going.
minutes. Written
ahead.
by the band. JY sings lead vocals on here. Second lead vocal track on the record. A much better song than Home Wrecker from Edge of the Century I wrote. It's good to hear JY sing more than one song. Tommy Shaw on harmony, vocals in the bridge section. You get a nice JY guitar solo. The chorus is okay, but it's not super memorable to me. You hear Gowan on organ, which is good. Todd pummeling his drums. It's all right. But it's better than Home Wrecker from Edge of the Century, which is probably my least favorite Styx album.
I'm trying to remember Tommy Shaw there. This is Tommy Shaw, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. I know it is. Todd's wife played with Wilson. Yeah, I saw her. What's her name again? Heather. What's her name? She's the blonde. I saw her sing backup with Brian Wilson on the Pet Sounds tour in 2009. But now I can't remember her name. Heather? Is it Heather? Tell me, Tommy, in the thing. Tell me who it was. You know who it was. I can't remember her name, but that was his wife, yeah. Slogan says, not big on Gowan's solo stuff, a bit too poppy for me. I like Brotherhood the most. All that Gowan stuff never came out on CD at all.
Not
he
in
was
the States,
on CD.
Canada.
Heather. Yeah, Heather, but it's...
Hey, you nailed it. Good one,
yeah,
Brad.
but what was her other... Heather Thomas? No, that's different. Heather something else. Heather Taylor. That's who it was. She was singing with Brian. She was, with the Wonderments and all that. Heather Taylor. Go back and look at the old footage of like the Pet Sounds tour. She is phenomenal as a singer. Very captivating. She works so well within that Brian Wilson band. I big fan. She is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Go back and check it out. No, Taylor Mills. Oh, it's Taylor. Is it Taylor Mills? Maybe.
Heather Mills.
Whatever.
Is that a Paul McCartney reference?
Oh, well, maybe it's Taylor Mills. I don't know, but she's great. Go check it out. Okay. No, Heather, it's Taylor Mills. Go check out Taylor Mills. Go check out the Pet Sounds thing. It's already 38 minutes in. All right, go, Cretin. I've been shooting too long.
Track number 12, Killing the Thing That You Love, 5.5-minute song, written by the band, but mainly Glenn Burtnick. And Bob Berga makes an appearance here again, and he had worked on some stuff on Edge of the Century when Glenn was in the band. You get Glenn Burtnick on lead vocals. This was originally a song he wrote called Lennon's Assassin, and he presented it to the band, and I guess Tommy and JY said, yeah, we're not going to put out a song called Lennon's Assassin. So it's still in the chorus of the song where he says, like Lennon's Assassin, but they changed the title to Killing the Thing That You Love. Gowan's plaintive piano playing and Glenn's passionate vocals and lyrics are the highlights here on this song for me. It's a big ballad that has that Killer Styx chorus in it. Once again, it's a tad reminiscent of the Wooden Nickel era. The rhythm section is aces here with some great flourishes on this number. JY's guitar solo is a little too short. I wish it were a little longer. I don't think this song is for everyone because some people might be offended when he sings like Lennon's Assassin in the chorus, but I'm a big fan of this song. And out of Glenn's contributions to the band, this is my favorite song, and it's much better than anything on Edge of the Century. I really like this song a lot. What do you think of it, Grant?
Keep going. I'm looking up something. It's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to
Then-
keep bringing it back to me. Just go.
Okay.
I will interject Cretin when I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go.
The next song, the last proper song sort of on the record, written by the band, Tommy lead vocal, a hair under 6 minutes, One with Everything. This is a fast, upbeat, proggy song with interesting guitar work from Tommy and JY. You get Gowan on organ and synth, also aids in the return of the Prague Brigade here. 2 minutes and 24 seconds to 3:14. You get Gowan showing off on the synth, and it's just Prague power on this song. There's a low-key middle eight section, and that makes sense in this song here because it's a Prague song. So it has comes and goes. It has highs and lows in it. And then you get Lawrence on the keyboard and Todd really pummeling his drums here that lead us back into the main theme of the song. And from 5 minutes and 25 seconds to 5 minutes and 28 seconds, you get that great drum fill by Todd across his whole kit, which totally reminds me of Roger Taylor. What's the Queen song? Fat Bottom Girls. He has that great drum fill just going
100%. 100%.
That's what this reminds me of, and it just adds so much to the song, to me anyway. Let's see. To me, this is the standout track on the album.
100%.
As Vanessa Williams once sang, you went and saved the best for last. To me, this is a sterling song.
100%. This is the best track on the album. You've got lush vocal harmonies. Todd sounds great on here. The drums are killer.
As well.
This is of this era. This is Styx running on all cylinders as far as I'm concerned. This is the top-notch track on this record.
Yep.
Bar none. Now, why is this that? I don't know why everything is running on this track. You would think, based that they got Lawrence on the record and, you know, they don't have to deal with Dennis anymore. I'm just saying, you thought that this better record would be better. This track is the highlight track for me on the record. So there.
We agree. Awesome.
100%.
And then you get to actually end the record, which I think is just a waste, and they could have knocked this off and saved 6 minutes. Little over 6 minutes, you get a song called Genke Deska.
Say that real fast, Cretin.
Genke Deska. How's that? You get Tommy Shaw singing, and it sounds like programming underneath them. You get Glenn, and they're just repeating it like a mantra for yoga or something, or for meditation. You get Tommy and Glenn, and then you get guests John Waite, Jude Cole, and Gary Loizo, or however you pronounce his last name.
Yeah,
who's
right.
been their co-producer. He was the lead singer in American Breed
100%.
back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So this is similar to me to Aku Aku, the last thing on Pieces of Eight that people always said, that's a throwaway, it shouldn't be on the album. To me, this is another waste of space on the record. It's worse than Aku Aku. And then you get a silly skit with Tommy, Glenn, and Tenacious D that shouldn't be there. It's just a comedy skit.
See that right there? I'm checking out.
To me,
Once you mention
totally flat.
When you mentioned Tenacious D, nothing against Jack Black. I'm going, really? Do we need it?
Yep.
No. I don't think. Yeah, this is like Aku Aku, but this isn't anywhere near that level. This, I would say, would be considered filler. I don't think we needed it. I think we could have cut this down.
Yep.
This whole record down, and it could have been a pretty damn good record. But kind of like Sydney says, I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. But if we're trying to produce a piece of art, I just don't think we need it. But then again, maybe they were just in that spot in their career where they weren't quite sure what they were doing. No Dennis, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just trying to figure it out.
Well, to me, Tommy's been the leader of the band since this album, even
Of course.
Before this record. He's definitely the leader. He is the highest profile. And JY is more like the figurehead godfather of the band. But more on that in upcoming shows.
Yeah, but he's taken a lesser role.
for
You
multiple
know?
reasons. I think, well, I don't want to get into it now. Let me just
Yes, you
finish
do,
off.
Cretin. Get into it.
No, we'll do it on a
Do it. Get
future
into
show
it.
when it's more important because he sings 2 songs on this album.
All right, go ahead.
There's also this, pardon me, a cappella Tommy Shaw vocal that ends the CD proper called The Chosen One. And it's just him harmonizing with himself with no music underneath it. And it just ends the album poorly. I think if you just ended the way One With Everything ends, with a bang, you just chop out this last 6 minutes, you'd have a tighter record. And those 2 less than 1 minute songs, it would be a better album.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready to rank it. I'm ready to rate it.
Go ahead and give me your. All right. Let me clear this out because I have to clear it out from the last
From the
show.
Slade show.
So if anybody wants to, don't hold Davey back, Grant. I know. Well, if I don't hold him back, he'll just keep going. It's like the Energizer Bunny.
It's the end of my notes on this album.
All right. All right. So if you want to give me your, we're running awfully late. If you want to give me your rating out of 10, anybody here in the chat, I am ready. Cretin, what's your rating out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 7 because I think there's some really good tracks.
Okay. Anybody else that knows this record?
Is there anybody out there who does?
Yeah, well, we'll soon find out. My sister used to be friends with Tommy Shaw, would hang out at Shula's Bowl in Niles. Very nice. It's hard to stop Cretin because he's just a lot of energy.
There's no stopping the Cretins from hopping.
Zappa's going with a 6.5. That's probably what I'm going to go with. But
That's higher than I thought you were going to rank it, Grant.
It's okay. Tommy Shaw's going with a 6.7. Hold on, people. Jesus, you're coming at me too fast. We got a 6. We've got a 6.5. See, everybody's going to fall in around 6.5. Steven's going with a 6.25. Sydney love it as well. All right, Todd, we got a 6.5. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down. I'm joking, Ken. All right, George, we got a 7.6. Ken White, 6.75. Well, at least we have a lot more people coming in as opposed to Slade, but those Slade albums are very obscure.
Low scores on those.
6.8. All right. All right, real quick. I'm probably going to give this. Let me look at my notes. What did I say? All right. I think, okay, this is how I look at it. I think Lawrence Gowan gave them a boosted boost. I think the fact that we don't have Dennis DeYoung on here, I think this is a pretty good. It's not as good as what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. But I think because we don't have Dennis, and come on, Dennis is Dennis. I am not going to dog Dennis at all.
Nope.
But I think Lawrence Gowan was a good replacement. We do have, like you said, One With Everything. We got some prog rock here. I wish there was more to it.
Me too.
Waiting for Our Time, Kiss for Your Ass Goodbye. It's catchy. Todd's drumming on here. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
He's a busy drummer and he does some very intricate stuff. Really good, yeah.
I wish there was more Chuck on here. I wish there's more JY on here, but whatever.
Well, he sings 2 songs. So.
But I don't think that this is anywhere near as good as the A&M era with Dennis. I'm even going to throw in there Cornerstone, Paradise Theater, any of those records. This doesn't come close. Bourgeois Pig, filler. I think also this, even though this is early 2000s, it still sounds very 90s to me. It's them trying to get a hit. It's them trying to get a broader audience. Obviously, they're trying to get a broader audience because they have all these guest stars on here. I don't care for that. But it's commendable. I would give this a 6.5. Well, yeah. What did I give it? Yeah, I gave it a 6.5 on my notes. Anybody else? Did I agree? I don't think it's a bad record, but it's not a great record. The records are putting out now are great records. This is Styx trying to figure out who they are without Dennis, and it's not too bad.
It's better than the last two albums, Edge of the
100%
Century
Cretin.
and Brave New World.
Yes. So they're just trying to get their footing here without Dennis, and I think they did a great job. They get their footing here shortly. So, all right.
For those who like the hard rock Styx of the Pieces of Eight era, Paradise Theater, when there were heavy lead guitars and hard rocking guitars, ballsier stuff, it's on Cyclorama on a bunch of songs. So check it out if you haven't heard it.
All right. So what we've got here is a 6.6.
Okay,
so it's right
you're
here with
right in
whatever
line.
goes right in line with everybody else. All right, cool. Oh my God, we're at 50 minutes. Jesus.
Oh my
Mary
goodness
and Josie.
gracious.
All right, let's go. This probably won't take very long. I gotta scroll, ladies and gentlemen. God, it's just a terrible
I
thing.
got it all.
Well, go ahead if you want to start us off.
I got it all in the palm of my hand, but my hand's wet with sweat and my head needs a rest.
He's a
And I'm
poet,
fooling
ladies and gentlemen.
myself. Thank you, Tommy, for the words. We're going to get up to the Big Bang Theory, recorded in 2004, came out May 10th, 2005. It's all covers. If you count it as a studio record, it's the 15th studio record. I don't know if I really count it as a studio record, but it was sort of a comeback because they had Cyclorama. 2 years later, they put this album out. Once again, it's 56 minutes long. It hit number 46 on the Billboard charts, The Big Bang Theory, thanks to an appearance by the band on the Today Show. You get 3 lead vocals from JY, 4 from Gowan, 6 from Tommy Shaw. So, hey, it's Tommy's band now in the 2000s. He has taken over the role of leader of the band from Dennis. And there's one song that all the guys sing together. Once again, 14 songs, too many cover songs.
Well, that's all it is.
Yeah, and you get on this record the debut because his name, Glenn Burtnick, is out of the band. Almost flew out of my head there. Ricky Phillips comes in on bass and backing vocals. His debut with the band. And everyone knows him from the Babies, Bad English, etc., etc. So this whole album came about because Styx in 2004 played Eric Clapton's Crossroads concert show. And they covered the Beatles' I Am the Walrus. And it went over so well with the crowd, and everyone was talking about it. They put it out as a single. The single did okay. It actually hit number 27 on a chart in Billboard I didn't even know existed because I had stopped reading Billboard magazine by this point. The Billboard Heritage Rock Chart. It hit number 27. So that was the impetus for this whole album of covers. And in the video for I Am the Walrus, you get Chuck Panazzo appearing and Billy Bob Thornton. And they are the Eggmen in the video clip for this. And it's like a throwback psychedelic video. Kind of cool to watch. It's on YouTube. You could look it up. Once again, recorded in 6 studios. 2 in California, pardon me. 2 in Chicago, 1 in Denver, 1 in Nashville. And it's produced by
Todd lives in Nashville. I don't think Tommy's living in Nashville yet. Let's see. We can probably piece together who was phoning it in from where.
Well, someone was in Denver. Or maybe they just stopped there and recorded while they were touring.
I don't think so. I think everybody just phoned it in. I'm not saying that that's good or bad because all the records they're doing now are that way and everything's working out well. So it obviously works.
Especially during the pandemic, everyone was putting albums together
100%.
separately.
100%.
And now with technology, you just mail the files so you don't have to all be in the studio at the same time. You can work from your home studio and save money from paying a big studio.
Yeah.
So you got some guests on this album, but less than the last one. You have a female singer called she's known as the Oracle Diva, and she sings on 2 tracks. You get blues piano player Johnny Johnson on the remake of Blue Collar Man called Blue Collar Man at 2020. And you get Coco Taylor, another blues singer, guest vocalist on that song, the remake of Blue Collar Man. And this is 6.5 minutes long. It's too long. You're covering yourself on a covers album. Get rid of that.
That
To
is
me,
jumping the shark, ladies and gentlemen. Come
me,
on.
that
Come
ends
on,
that
Styx.
ends the album badly. Another song that I don't like on here is the Willie Dixon cover. JY sings it. It's called It Don't Make Sense. You Can't Make Peace. That's a 4-minute song. Not thrilled with that. And then the other thing, they do a 1-minute version of CSNY's Find the Cost of Freedom, where all the guys sing. It's only a minute, but right there you got 11 minutes. So a 56-minute album goes to 45 minutes, and you'd have a much tighter, more cohesive record. But there are a lot of cool covers on here. I think I Am the Walrus is good. It's a nice, unique take because for the orchestration parts that George Martin did in the studio, Tommy's doing part of that as backing vocals. And I think that they tweaked the live version that they did at the Crossroads concert in the studio because it sounds too perfect to be a live version. Just my opinion. You get them covering The Who, I could see for miles. Tommy sings that. It's a good version.
Yeah, it's not really anything different, though.
It's pretty straightforward. You get Tommy singing lead on Blind Faith's Can't Find My Way Home. It's a good cover, but to me, no one could touch Steve Winwood.
No.
What I really like is Gowan singing the Ray Charles song, I Don't Need No Doctor, but he's doing it, and the whole band is playing a hard rock version like Humble Pie did it. And I think it just shows that Gowan has some balls, he has cojones, and he could rock out, sort of like Dennis. Everyone says, oh, that guy wrote Babe, he wrote all the wimpy songs, he sucks. He wrote Born for Adventure from the Equinox album. So that's a hard rock song, and I like Gowan on this song. You get a decent version, Tommy singing the Allman Brothers' One Way Out. Another highlight to me, a Salty Dog, the Procol Harum song. So finally a deep cut. And Gowan's doing some prog here. I like that version. You get a decent version of Summer in the City, Lovin' Spoonful song by Tommy. I like JY on Manic Depression. I mean, everyone's covered Manic Depression. But I like this version. I think it's hard. It rocks. You get some nice JY guitar on it. And I think King's X version is better that they did on Dogman. But I like this version too. Another deep track here, Talking About the Good Times by the Pretty Things. Who the heck is covering the Pretty Things in the 2000s? No one. No one's doing the Pretty Things. And I think Gowan does a nice job, and you get some nice Ricky Phillips bass work on this song. And I didn't mention also on I Don't Need No Doctor, you hear Ricky pop through the mix on the bass guitar. And the last thing I'll mention is Wishing Well, the free cover, which has been covered a lot. Tommy sings it. You get a really good JY guitar solo. So they should have ended the album with that and not done Blue Collar Man.
They should have done Terrence Trent D'Arby Wishing Well, damn it.
Good
what
song.
were they thinking? I mean, let's be honest. Wait a minute. Why should this album cost? Is this how much it costs used? Are you being serious? Is that how much it is?
It's probably long out of print.
Okay, they did a great job because they're great musicians, but I can't really count it. Well, I'll count it as a Styx album because look at the cover. It says Styx, damn it.
Exactly.
Styx album. The best part of the album is hearing JY sing like Wooden Nickel era again. I'll give you that. Locomotive Breath. Yeah.
I skipped that. Somehow I skipped that.
All right, let me give you my thing because we need to keep this shit moving. I think that the production quality on it's good. Mm-hmm. I think that they sound inspired. I'll give you that because I think that they're just returning to their roots. They probably sound a lot more they sound more inspired than they did on Cyclorama. Now, I don't know if is it because they're more gelling. Is this a less serious record, so there's not as much pressure? They're just doing this just to do it? I don't know. I Am the Walrus is the standout track. I don't like Beatles covers, but I will throw Styx a bone. That's the best song on the record. They did a good job. They make it their own. Locomotive Breath and I Can See for Miles. That's great, but they're not really throwing out anything new that's not already there. If you're going to do it, improve upon it or make these tracks your own. I don't hear anything really on here other than I'm the Walrus, where Styx is going out on a ledge and going, let's just totally make this our own track. That's what I'm going to, if you're going to do it, do it. And I'm not saying it's half-assed, but if you're going to do it, do it. It's like the Doors when they do cover versions. It sounds like the Doors. It doesn't sound like the artist, but they're not really doing anything. This is more like a tribute. It's fine. But anyway, I'm the Walrus is the best thing. But comparing it to Cyclorama, I mean, is it better than Rush Feedback? I don't know. I'm throwing it out there to everybody in here. Because Rush Feedback, you could look at that similarly. But is it better? I don't know.
Well, that's like half the length and half the amount of songs. What were there?
Well, maybe they should have done that here. I think I think parts of Big Bang Theory is enjoyable. If you don't put too much emphasis on it, I think it's fine. It's just very casual. Would I recommend this for anybody? Only if you are a completist, but I don't think this record is. It's fine. It's just not really a serious record. I just don't. I'm like, who was it there that said they didn't really consider it a Styx album? I guess I can see what you're saying. Steven says, I think this album could be ranked higher than the last album. I don't know about that because it's just a cover record. It's just. Are you going to rank Rush Feedback higher than whatever Rush album came out during that era? Are you? Feedback rules according to Sydney. It would make a nice bonus disc to a proper album, but the standalone album pretty pointless. I think if this was like an EP, maybe a 4 tracks attached to Cyclorama, that would be cool, but I don't think it's necessary. But it's fine. I just don't think it's necessary. Anyway, Cretin, what would you rank this?
Just to let you know that I accidentally skipped Locomotive Breath. There is no piano intro. It just starts off with a bang with Jay.
Look at Cretin just starts right in. I can talk. He starts right in just like a robot.
And Ricky Phillips, you hear Ricky on bass on Locomotive Breath, and Tommy does the solo because JY introduces him. So Tommy's doing the solo on Locomotive Breath. So that's a cool song. Not the best. I'm going to give this a 6. I don't think it's as good as Cyclorama. So a 6 for me.
I'm going to give it a 5 based on what I just said. It's all right, but it's not bad. It's not great. It's just right in there. Your mileage may vary, but I don't think it's great. All right, what else we got? Todd's going with a 4. We've got a 7.5 from Mr. Shaw.
Cool.
I shouldn't call him Mr. Shaw. I don't know if that's who it is. I think it's great, though. 1977 Grand Illusion. I applaud you, my friend. I love that.
Yeah, he's been with this show for a while. So
100%. I love it. I'm just giving him crap. That's not really. It's more like a tribute. It could be Tommy Shaw for all we know. All right, 3. Steven's coming with a 6.75. We've got Greg with a 4.0. Okay.
Low.
I can get on board with Greg's score. Sydney's coming in with a 9. He loves it. He already established that. Todd says, I don't want to hear it ever. Jeff is coming in with a 5. God, you guys are on fire. Anybody else want to come in so we can wrap this dog up because we're going long? I know we didn't spend a lot of time on this, but I like to keep shows to an hour. And, and I talked a lot. Anybody else? I think that's it. All right, let's calculate. Ooh, I'm going to round it up. We have a 5.3 as opposed to 6.6.
So once again, you're right on the money, Grant.
I'm right on it.
Pretty close. Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at zeroing in. Again, it's not a great record and it's not a bad record. It just kind of lays there. It's interesting.
You zero right in on it. You're zero.
It's her last great album for me. Sydney, you need to get your ears cleaned out. Have your mom clean out your ears. Because you have not crazy about the last 3 Styx albums, absolutely phenomenal. They are on fire. I love. What are you talking about, Cretin?
I might have a contrarian take on that. You'll have to tune in next time.
Well, it won't be next time. What would be next?
The Mission and Crash of the Cloud.
Oh, I guess are we there already?
Yeah.
I guess we are there already.
Oh, I forgot to mention one song. There was a song from 2009 that came out in the first decade of the 2000s, called Can't Stop Rockin' by Styx and REO Speedwagon. And it's a decent rock song, nothing to write home about. They just released it on the internet as a single. I don't think there was ever a physical copy of it, but you can go to YouTube like Grant's Rock Warehouse and check it out. And that's the last song from the first decade of the 2000s. Can't Stop Rockin', Styx with REO Speedwagon. There's a video for it. You see all the guys in the studio from both bands.
Excellent.
Forgot to mention that.
So Todd listened to The Mission today. He loves it. I love it as well. When The Mission came out, 2017, I remember it well. That was my album of the year. There was also the Kansas album that came out, but I like The Mission better than the Kansas album. This was my album of the year. I thought total return to form. Styx is back playing Prague, but I'm not going to say anything more because we're going to do that next month. All right.
Yep.
There you go. There's our thoughts. We got a 5.3 for Big Bang, and we've got a 6.6 for Cyclorama. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And tomorrow night, BM Bolt will be here. We are gonna look at Joe's Garage. So that's or 8. I can't remember. One of those times. It must be at 8 because the Contrarians live chat's at 7. So it'd be at 8. So tune in for that. REO still rocks? Well, there's no REO.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because of
Grant's
someone's giant ego, but
I like the sound of that. Grant's Garage. Love The Mission and Crash the Crown. 100%, Jeff. I've always liked you. I always appreciate your thoughts on everything. Plus, you agree with me. Zappa, you are welcome. Tune in tomorrow night for Joe's Garage, Zappa 21786. Byron's Basement. 100%. It's 100%. All right. Cretin, anything before we wrap this up? We're in a minute. We're in hour 7. What's coming up on your channel?
Squeeze top 12 tunes with a lovely female guest new to my channel. Hopefully that'll be up by this coming weekend. I'm going to be doing a tribute to Dave Cousins of the Strawbs, who just passed away. Going to be doing that later tonight. I got a concert review coming because I saw the Beach Boys live in concert July 5th. So that's coming up on my channel. And could I give a shout out to 2 new friends of mine? Is that okay?
If you want to.
For guys looking for more Styx, and I know a lot of you guys out there love to find Styx content on the internet, 2 guys who were in the chat earlier have a new channel, Heavy Water 77, and they named themselves after a song from Brave New World, Heavy Water, a JY sung track. So they've got a Styx show that just started. And I've been watching their stuff, so I brought them over here tonight.
Bless your heart, Cretin. Spreading the damn love. That's what you do best.
Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
Thanks for having me once again.
Of course.
Oh, and we got to tell them before we go, we have
ahead.
2 one and done shows coming up on the next 2 Mondays live on Grant's Rock Warehouse.
I can't remember because I don't have my book in front of me. What do we have coming up?
Go
ahead and do it. Do it.
Okay. Next Monday night, we have the Gary Moore Project album called G-Force.
G-Force is Monday, and go on.
And then the following Monday, we have a Jellyfish offshoot band called the Grays.
The Grays, 100%. Tune in for that. Of course, we have BM Bolt coming up tomorrow night. And this weekend, we're doing another Rock Candy show. So it'll be Pete Pardo, me, Brendan Schneider, and Phil Ashton. We are going to be talking Rock Candy CDs at 10 a.m.
Wow.
Saturday morning Eastern time. So, and we will be streaming it on all 4 channels because this is the way we are. The Warehouse has a vastness.
You're like an octopus. You have
I'm
tentacles
like an octopus.
everywhere.
I share the love. Don't steal my thunder on that G-Force show, Davey. You got to watch it because BM Bolt's going to be coming in hard on that one.
Okay. I'll lean back.
There you go, Byron. You're carrying that show because I'm just hosting. No, I've got it. I'm ready. I'm just going to be quiet. Streaming on 4 watching at the Warehouse, Damien, for the win. God, look at you. You're an inspiration. Who is Gary Moore? Paul? No, that was the other Moore. Different Moore. Octopus's Garden. Will Rock Candy? Well, I posted that on the physical media site because I talked to Rock Candy and they were doing inventory all weekend, and they thought if they could get it done, more than likely they'd have it up on Monday. Of course, I've checked the website and they're not up yet. So I'm assuming it'll be soon that they should be up and back in action. But if you have anything on order, they are honoring all that. So those should be processed. I don't know. I've just reached out to them. So we will see. Gary is Gil's brother. Gary is Gil.
That's a Sydney
Gilmore? Oh, for God's sake.
Gilmore, Gary Moore.
And Roger is their uncle. Good God. I never would think that Byron would go to the low of lows of Sydney.
Oh,
Rock Candy is a top mail order, ships fast from the UK to here in Sydney in 3 business days. 100% if I have
Not
ordered
bad.
something from them, it takes about a week to get here. But I've noticed that recently, the last order that I did, it kind of took a while. I don't know. I'm blaming customs, but if you're not getting it pronto, it's because of customs. I've had no issue, and I heard that some people had to wait a little bit, and it must be customs because they ship it right out.
I don't know about that because Phil in England, Phil Ashton said he gets it the next day.
Well, he's in the UK though,
right?
And so's Rock Candy, so he gets it right away.
The fact that you guys are giving them so much press and so much airtime, I think a lot of people are ordering stuff and they're just overwhelmed. I think that's
well, they did mention that. I don't know if they're overwhelmed, but they were taking inventory of the stuff that they have in the office. Because if people, they already know all the stuff that's out there if you go to Amazon and all that. But they wanted to take inventory because they were sending out so much from, I'm assuming it was our show, though they wouldn't admit it, but I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
Oh, I think so. The multiple shows on them. And you guys each on your channels are showing off different CDs. So
we've got it so bad. It is so bad. Jesus. It's just terrible.
The curse is real.
Curse is real. All right, everybody. Gonna let Davey go. Davey, stay on, and we will set up a date for next month. Okay. Everybody, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for sticking around. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Join my Patreon if you don't have it. Join my Ko-fi if you don't have it. I don't have those, but I feel free to join them. We have them over on the Contrarians. I don't have any of that stuff.
Come on and join me.
I don't know. I'm still not one of those people that feel that I need to have someone have a club, be part of my club, but maybe I'll do it. Grant, Davey, Gray Show, Kent, see ya. See everybody. Have a good rest of the week. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Make sure you tune tomorrow in for BM Bolt, Zappa, Joe's Garage. All right, everybody. We'll see you. Keep it clean.